Hello children, we are going to discuss some other microorganisms in this video, and those microorganisms, first of all, we are going to take algae. Algae are also counted as microorganisms. These are actually eukaryotes, autotrophs, which can prepare their own food, and non-vascular thallophytes. They are microscopic, unicellular, or they can be multicellular also. Word algae is derived from a Latin word alga, which means seaweeds. The branch of botany that deals with the algae, or we can say study of algae, is called as algology, or it can be also called as phycology. Algae occur in variety of habitats like freshwater, hot water streams, etc. Some algae live in symbiotic association with fungi called lichens. Lichens is the symbiotic association of algae with fungi, and this is called as lichen. Algae are simple plants having no root system and leaves. Simple plants with no roots, stem or leaves. The algae are unicellular and multicellular. The example for unicellular algae is Chlamydomonas. An example for multicellular algae is Spirogyra. The shape for Chlamydomonas is like this. Now we are going to discuss the types of algae, different types of algae. There are various types of algae. First important type of algae is green algae. The common example for green algae is Chlamydomonas and Spirogyra. Second type of algae, that is called as brown algae. Common example for brown algae, Fucus, kelp or Sargassum. Third type of algae, that is most common, that is red algae. Red algae is Gelidium. If we are going to talk about the nutrition in algae are mostly autotrophic. They manufacture their own food by photosynthesis. Some algae are also parasitic. Some may be parasitic also. And these parasitic algae, for common example, is Cephaloros, which grows on tea and coffee. Now, regarding the reproduction in algae shows both type of reproduction. It can be sexual or it can be asexual. Both type of reproduction are found in algae. Let us come to the next category of microorganism, that is fungi. Fungi is a singular. We can call them as non-green plants. Non-green plants which lack chlorophyll and cannot synthesize their own food, which cannot prepare their food. These may be unicellular or they can be multicellular also. The outermost covering of the cell wall is made up of chitin. Cell wall of fungi is made up of a material that is called as chitin. Now we are going to discuss the various types of fungi. Types. Fungi can be found as 4 types. First important fungi, that is called as yeast. Yeast is a unicellular fungi that form colonies. They are normally spherical, elliptical or cylindrical in shape. The common example for yeast is Saccharomyces. Second type of fungi that is called as mildews. Mildews are also unicellular fungi. Some of them are parasitic on plants such as potato, grape, white rose, etc. Third type of fungi is called as molds. Molds are multicellular fungi. Form a network of branches called hyphae, which is a network of branches. The molds include Penicillium. Common example from molds is Penicillium, Aspergillus, etc. Fourth type of fungi is called as a mushroom. Mushroom is also umbrella shaped structures which can be seen on decaying wood and grassy surfaces in the rainy season. Some mushrooms are used as food by human beings, but some are poisonous also. So the mushrooms which are used as food is called as edible mushroom. The most common edible mushroom is agaricus, and the most common poisonous mushroom is called as amanita. Regarding the nutrition of the fungus, since they cannot prepare their own food, so they are heterotrophic. Since they cannot their own food, some of them feed on dead and decomposed matter also, and which are called as saprophytes. They can be saprophytes. Some fungi are parasitic also. If we talk about the reproduction, fungus show in fact both type of reproduction. It can be sexual or it can be asexual mode of reproduction. Let us come to the next category of microorganism, that is called as protozoa. Protozoans are single-celled organisms. Single-celled organisms, which literally means first animals. They were the first animals on this earth. About 20,000 organisms, all single-celled or colonies of cells, are found in this group. They have animal characteristics but are not considered to be real or true animals. They are not true animals. Protozoan mostly range in the size. If we talk about the size, it ranges from 2 to 200 microns. A protozoan consists of a single piece of cytoplasm with a nucleus. A living membrane surrounds the cytoplasm. And the branch of science which deals with the study of protozoans, or we can say study of protozoans, is called as protozoology. Protozoology. And the father of protozoology is A.V. Leeuwenhoek, who is known as the father of protozoology. Protozoa are usually found in ditches, ponds, and on the surface of leaves of aquatic plants. Some common examples of protozoans are Number 1, amoeba. Amoeba is a protozoan that can change its shape. It has an irregular or asymmetric shape. Looks almost like this. This is a nucleus. So this is an asymmetric shape. Under the microscope, it looks like a mass of jelly. Which is mistaken for a particle of non-living matter. However, it moves, ingests food, and grows. To move, it sends out false feet or pseudopodia. Pseudopodia helps in the movement. Amoeba is found in fresh water having a lot of vegetation. Mostly, amoeba is a freshwater protozoan. Next important protozoan is Euglena. Euglena is also unicellular, flagellate, which consists of flagella. Protist, which occurs in fresh water and damp soil. The Euglena contains chlorophyll. It contains chlorophyll and can perform photosynthesis. So it is also photosensitive to light. Photosensitive sensitive. For Euglena, we can say that it is having a mixotrophic nutrition. Mixotrophic nutrition is found in Euglena. Mixotrophic nutrition means it has a dual mode of nutrition. It can be autotrophic or it can be saprophytic. When an organism saprotrophic, we can say saprotrophic, autotrophic, and when it can have autotrophic and saprotrophic mode of nutrition, we can say this type of nutrition as mixotrophic nutrition. Now let us come to the next protozoan, that is called as paramecium. Third important protozoan is paramecium. This is again a unicellular protozoan. This is also called as slipper animalcule because it gives the appearance of slipper-like organism. Slipper animalcule. The paramecium is free living, which is found in freshwater ponds, pools, etc., having decaying matter. It is abundant in water which has plenty of bacteria because bacteria is its chief food. If we talk about the nutrition in protozoans, their mode of nutrition in most of them is mixotrophic, for example in Euglena, while others are heterotrophic like amoeba. Some of them live as parasites also. They can act as a parasite also like Plasmodium inside the body of animal and plants and cause serious disease. If we talk about the reproduction process, actually protozoa reproduce both asexually as well as sexually. Asexual reproduction is generally by binary fission. It is by binary fission, or it can be by multiple fission. Protozoa are usually referred to as immortal. Protozoans are called as immortal organisms as they do not face death. They keep on dividing and none of its part is wasted, and they do not face death. That is the only reason why they are called as immortal organism. Let us discuss some of the harmful protozoans. Common harmful protozoans are first, entamoeba. This is a very harmful protozoan which causes number of diseases in human and other animals. Sometimes entamoeba lives in the large intestine of humans and feeds on the lining and causes bleeding and diarrhea. And ultimately we can call that entamoeba is causing amoebic dysentery in human beings. Amoebic dysentery. Second harmful protozoan is Trypanosoma. This is a parasite, worm-like protozoan which moves by flapping the membrane found on the side, lives in the bloodstream of human beings. It causes a disease that is called as sleeping sickness. Spreads from one person to another by a blood-sucking fly that is called as tsetse fly. Third important harmful protozoan is Plasmodium. Plasmodium, malarial parasite. It is a malarial parasite which spreads through the bite of female Anopheles mosquito. It transfers the malarial parasite into the bloodstream of healthy person. Mosquito net and repellent should be used along with the spraying of insecticides to avoid malaria. So this Plasmodium causes malaria in human beings. So these all were the harmful protozoans which are the cause of many diseases. There are some useful protozoans also. Those useful protozoa form an important link in aquatic food chain. They are an important link in aquatic food chain. Second usefulness is they decompose organic matter and thereby help in converting organic wastage. Third important usefulness is They exist in symbiotic association. Symbiotic association is also found in protozoa with other organisms, and this association is mutually beneficial to both the organisms. So these were the useful and the harmful protozoans. Thank you, children. This was all about the microorganisms. In the next lecture, we are going to discuss the friendly microorganisms. Thank you so much.